The 2019 Straits Times Singaporean of the Year was crowned on Tuesday at a gala event at the Istana. 56-year-old Angie Chew was awarded the title for her contributions to society and helping those with mental health issues as well as the elderly. After going through her own struggles, she channeled her efforts towards helping others by setting up the Brahm Centre, providing emotional and mental support. This is her story.
I'm very aware that I have less tomorrows than yesterdays. So I want to make every day of my life count, that I'm able to give my time and energy to inspire as many people as possible. And that way, they will in turn be inspiring others. I started the center in 2012 after my mother passed away, having suffered from depression, dementia, and stroke. It was a difficult time, and her health issues contributed to the marital issues that I had. So after having gone through such a painful period in my life, I decided that instead of condemning the darkness, is to light a candle. That means to set up a center that will help fill this gap and offer people the opportunity and a place where they can come to for free health education, as well as support and counseling, and also a skill that could help them cope better with the stresses in their life. So the Mindfulness course offers them the skill and techniques to enhance their own self-awareness. Because through the enhancement of self-awareness, then we are aware of what are the thoughts that are going through our mind. What are those judgments that we have, the prejudices, the biases that affect our ability to communicate with the other person. The awareness of what we're saying when we're saying it. I think I had a very fortunate life, and although I did suffer from anxiety and depression, which also made me more compassionate and empathetic to others, I have still so much that I can give. And instead of benefiting whatever I have gained from other kind people, it is now my turn.
Well, I'm very pleased to have Angie Chew on the show. Welcome, Angie. And of course, congratulations, the award, which is sitting right over there. So when you won, you mentioned that it was a big win for mental health. So how far do you think this award, or winning this award, will go in supporting your efforts in raising awareness and support for mental illness and mental health?
Well, I feel that now people may find it more comfortable and more confident to approach us, and also other agencies and clinicians who are providing mental health support, because so many people have been suffering in silence. Recently, I just received another email saying that this lady knows that she has a lot of anxiety, and when she started to take medication for it, her mother found the medication and threw them away and said, you don't have a problem. And you know, this is going to be very damaging to your career if you see a doctor about a mental health condition.
Right. Well, what have the reactions been so far since you won the award 2 days ago? Have you heard from family, friends, even clients at the Brahm Centre?
Yes, I had so many WhatsApp messages that even at 12:30 midnight, I couldn't finish replying them. And I finally just fell asleep. And I'm still trying to catch up with all the WhatsApp messages and emails and on Facebook posts. So I'm very grateful to everyone who has congratulated me.
Right. I guess stepping back a bit, how would you assess the current situation in Singapore? How mental health and illness is addressed? And what are the avenues that we have for treatment?
Well, I think that the treatment has to be very complementary between taking medication or counseling or psychotherapy, because medication can't medicate and treat depression by not understanding what the underlying causes are for this depression to have even been triggered. So there has to be a collaborative effort in helping people with mental health conditions. And sometimes people have conditions that they also deny because they're too afraid to be open about it, as they may be seen to be weak or seen to be unworthy of future promotions or consideration for higher or bigger jobs. So there's a lot of fear there. And we hope that this win is going to help people to be more open and more forthcoming. There's a whole lot more work that still needs to be done, but I think we're taking a few big steps forward.
Right. So tell us more about your work with the Brahms Center. What services do you provide? I mean, we saw a glimpse earlier in the video, but please give us more details.
Yeah, so we do provide counseling services. We also provide a distress line. And our counseling services have also extended to companies signing up with us to provide their employees with emotional support and also counseling for their staff to get over whether it's their anxiety towards a new job or even some of them have relationship problems. So we're very glad that's really taking off. And we have this assist line, as we call it, for distressed parents and students to be able to WhatsApp or call in anonymously if they wish to remain that way, or they may even be coming forward. So we've been at one point supporting somebody who was quite suicidal, and we had to even accompany him down from the 14th floor over the phone. And it was very nerve-wracking, but it was rewarding to know that now he has gone for appropriate treatment and is now stabilizing. So there's a whole range of services that we provide, including mindfulness courses. And that is a course that helps people to become aware or more aware of the connection between the mind and the body. Because of the way we're educated and the way we are being paid to do our job, which is everything to do with our brain, that we often forget that we actually have a body that we live in. So if our thoughts are very negative, our thoughts are very distressing, it has a physiological effect on our body.
Right.
And it could be as simple as if I just suggest to you now that think of your favorite food, that you really love to eat, something that you crave for. And you may now start noticing saliva being excreted.
It's almost dinner time.
Yes.
Let's go for dinner, yeah.
Yes, so the power of thought is often underestimated because it does have an effect on our body.
Right.
The consistency of our blood changes, our heartbeat can change, our rate of breathing, our blood pressure, our sugar level. So if we're not aware of what we're thinking when we're thinking it, and we are indulging in thoughts that are very negative and complaining in the manner of being very critical, then we are causing harm to this body.
Right. Well, of course, I can't let you go without asking you about how we should mentally prepare ourselves in our fight against, the coronavirus. So amid this nationwide effort, worldwide effort to curb the spread, you started a 1-hour mindfulness session for viewers to de-stress on the Brahms Center Facebook page. So what's your advice for all of us? How can we keep calm, rational, and I guess stave away the fear?
Yeah, so I think we have to put things in perspective. I mean, first of all, I'd like to really thank Ministry of Health for doing a really marvelous job, and our healthcare workers. And what we have here is 50 people out of 5 million. That is 0.001%. And, I don't think we need to have a sense of fear that stops us from living, from connecting up with people and socializing and getting on with life. But we need to respect the virus rather than fear the virus. So when we respect the virus, we will do things and adjust our habits in order to be more hygienic. And we don't shake hands because that's never been a really great habit. Actually, it's not Asian anyway, and with this shaking hand, and passes so much germs across from one person to another. To make sure people wash their hands after going to the loo or before they pick food up with their hands. So I think this whole awareness is probably good in the long term. And if we do get the virus, it's not to get frightened about it, it's to learn how to be relaxed and calm, and then let the body do its work, like it's always been doing its work against other influences and other types of illnesses that we may have contracted in the past. And when we're calm, we're happy, our body does a better job.
Right.
So I would say, everyone, please learn mindfulness because it really helps you to stay calm without all that fear that's just going to cause us not to think straight.
Right.
And buying tons of toilet rolls that it's not going to really serve us. So, and I would like to also urge people to come to our Singapore Mindfulness Conference. That's going to be 22nd, 23rd of August. That's in partnership with NUS, with National Health Group, IMH, as well as Sing Health. Right. So thank you for having me here.
The pleasure was ours. Thank you so much, Angie. We wish you all the best with the Brahms Center. And those are our top stories for today. Keep up to date with news in Singapore and around the world at straitstimes.com. I'm Olivia Quay. Join us tomorrow for more stories on The Big Story.